Bismillah, walhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalam ala rasulillah. My name is Ahmed Faris. I'm the founder of the Productive Muslim Company and author of the book The Productive Muslim, where faith meets productivity. In this video, I want to share with you our free routine planner, which you can get on our website at productivemuslim.com/free planners. This planner is actually a powerful tool to start thinking about your daily and basically weekday and weekend routines, as well as other types of routines like a Ramadan routine or perhaps a special routine when you go on a vacation somewhere. And the way this works is that it kind of starts off with this circle, which is basically the clock, which is a 24-hour journey, a 24-hour clock in your typical day. And the first step you want to do is ask yourself, when is prayer times? And that's the most important thing as a Muslim, the most important thing in our lives, most important commitment during the day. And what really structures our day is our daily prayers, al-salah. So you want to start off by saying, when is prayer time? So especially it's useful when it's Ramadan, it's useful when you're traveling, it's useful if prayer time changes seasonally in your area. Ask when is prayer time? And you kind of highlight those on this 24-hour clock. And then the next step is saying, so, okay, now that I know my prayer times, my next question is, what is my typical energy level throughout the day? And you want to color in those typical energy levels. For example, let's say from midnight or from 11 p.m. until 6 a.m. you're sleeping, right? So your energy level is pretty low, right? You're sleeping, so you can put that gray or low. That means you're not awake. There's no energy there. But then let's say from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. your energy level is about greenish, is about yellowish, medium. And then from 8 till 12, it is at its best, and it comes down back to, like, say, green, for example. So the idea is that you start understanding what is your typical energy level. All of us have certain energy maps during the day. We start in the day maybe very energetic, and then go a bit tired in the afternoon, then come back again maybe late afternoon. Some of us are the other way around. We are much more energetic at the night, more than the morning. So you want to understand your energy level. And the reason why this is important is for that when you start planning your day, you should be aware of your energy levels. If, for example, you're very tired at night or very awake and energetic in the morning, you want to schedule those important stuff first thing in the morning, and you want to delay those maybe things that require less energy late in the afternoon, in the evening, for example. So understanding your energy levels becomes very important so that you don't end up committing to something, in the evening. For example, if you're a morning person and you say that I'm going to exercise in the afternoon or evening, you'll most likely not be able to keep up with that routine because you're very tired in the evening or in the afternoon. So start by understanding A, when is prayer times, because that's the most important thing. B, what is your energy level? And 3, then start coloring in the different type of activities you do based on this sort of map here. For example, color in purple for spiritual activities, color in gray for sleep, blue for work, or if you go to college, blue for could be school. Personal could be reading, could be exercise, could be something you do on a personal level. Meals for just basically food, and then social for spending time with family and friends, and basically all the social commitments we have in our life. And just ask yourself, on a typical day, what does my routine look like? What does my typical routine look like? And just to make this very vivid, we actually have an example here of what this looks like with all these colors. Now, I don't want you to get overwhelmed and think, oh my goodness, there's too many colors here. Very simple. We first start off by highlighting the prayer times and saying when is prayer. So I put Fajr, actually we even added Duha here if you want to add Duha, Dhuhr, Asr, Maghrib, and Isha. We then said, well, what's our energy levels? Okay, it's pretty low when we're sleeping, and then it's pretty high in the morning, maybe goes a bit low, very tired in the afternoon, and then comes back a little bit higher again, and then comes in its medium kind of before sleeping. But again, it all depends on where you are, what your typical energy level look like. And then it's saying, well, so that's in the inner circle, put the energy level. Then the outer circle, say, well, when will I actually do some things like sleep? When will I do things like more spiritual, things that are more personal, like shower and exercise, have breakfast? Maybe it's breakfast, I can spend time with my family. What are my MITs, my most important tasks, some planning things. Maybe when I'll do my emails and meetings, family time, reading. So you start and it's kind of seeing a map of how your day looks like. And then in the middle here, you'd say, this is my typical weekday routine, and you could do another one for your weekend routine. You can put another one for your current routine and your ideal routine. And then also maybe for Ramadan, when the Ramadan, things change in Ramadan. So being very practical of how this looks like in your typical day. Now we have this fourth part, which is almost an extra challenge for you, is asking yourself, what elements of the daily routine of Rasulullah ﷺ can you incorporate in your daily, weekly routine, in your daily or weekend routine? And we actually give you a map of the daily routine of Rasulullah ﷺ. Before you came across this, we even have a free course if you go to productmuslim.com/prophetic routine course, where it gives you, kind of walks you through this routine in much more detail. But you kind of start looking at the prophetic routine and saying, well, what elements of this will I apply? And what elements of this will I incorporate in my daily routine? Maybe the whole day is impossible for you, might find it difficult, but let's say his morning routine, you might be able to incorporate. Maybe his naps, maybe his spending time with his family after Asr, for example. You can start some things from his prophetic routine that you can apply. And there for you, the intention is to align your life as much as possible to the life of the most influential man in history, the most beautiful man in history, the most blessed man in history, Rasulullah ﷺ. So I hope that you take that more of a, don't think, oh, he's the prophet, I can't do it, or this happened 14 years ago, it's not going to apply to me today. But think from perspective of, what can I, perhaps something small from his routine that I'm going to focus on and actually apply it in my weekly routine. And then finally, ask yourself on the scale of 1 to 10, are you living the best version of yourself through this routine? So for example, you might notice that, wow, like I do this, let's say I map out my current routine and I realize, whoa, I'm spending way too much time at work and not much time at home with my family. Or, wow, I'm spending a lot of time in social activities, but not enough time in spiritual activities. Or I'm realizing that I'm putting those important stuff, in a time when I have low energy. Or I'm realizing that I'm missing prayers or combining my prayers sometimes because I'm not planning my daily routine properly. So mapping up your current routine and then kind of analyzing it and saying, well, what can I shift? What can I change? How can I improve? This is what this routine is about. This is what kind of helps you develop the best version of yourself, inshallah. So I hope you found this useful. We've recorded 4 short videos to go over the 4 sort of planners we have. You can check out the resources for the other sort of daily planner, the weekly planner, the habit planner, as well as routine planner. And the idea of these planners is to help you design that next best version of yourself. And if you found this useful, and if you want to learn more about what are those choices you need to make in your daily, weekly, on a daily basis and weekly basis to help you be the best version of yourself, then I highly recommend that you consider our 6 weeks online masterclass called the Productive Muslim Masterclass. You can find all the details on our homepage at productivemuslim.com. If you sign up for that masterclass, we actually go into much more detail on how to manage your energy levels, your focus levels, your time, in order to be the best version of yourselves on a daily basis and on a weekly basis, and to set that routine that will make sense for you, inshallah. So if you want to take that next step, I hope to see you in the upcoming masterclass. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala barakatuh.